Jacob Dube broke the internet on Wednesday with what he called a sincere apology to Prophet Shepherd Bushiri.
And I'm doing this video for the great man of God, Prophet Shepherd Bushiri, a man who was a brother to me for a very long time. And things happened along the way. Our relationship got messed up. But I really felt in my spirit today, although I've been battling to do this over the past few days, but I really felt it today that I really have to do this video for the sake of clearing my conscience. And it hasn't been really sitting well with me. I've been restless. This is to you, my brother, Prophet Shepherd Bushiri. I would like to express my sincerest apology for everything that I've said about you, everything I've said about your ministry. You are a great man of God. You know, when it comes to the prophetic and when it comes to ministry here in South Africa, you have really left a mark that can never be erased.
The 3 minutes 36 seconds broadcast raised eyebrows. Some commentators say it is typical of J. Israel gimmicky.
The pointing of this entire thing is that Jay says there was people next to Bushiri who influenced him making the videos he made. Now let's go back to the context of what Jay actually talked about Bushiri. Jay spoke about a lot of things about Alf Lukau because he knew a lot of things from Alf Lukau. But when it came to Bushiri, the things he spoke about things that were public. Okay, let's be very clear here. He said the same thing about Lucy Natasha. He said he was very disappointed with Lucy Natasha. She was now leading herself into relationship with false prophets and so forth. Then all of a sudden he came out and he made an apology. So when he came and he said, no, there are people who were next to you who were influencing me talking. It's very weird. You were saying things that we all saw. So you were not giving anything fresh. Even with the Bushiri subject, that's how I feel.
To others, this is too good to be true and Jay must be up to something. But the question on most minds is how genuine is this apology, owing to the fact that he had apologized on a number of occasions to other men and women of God he had wronged before. A case in point is UFIC founder Emmanuel Makandiwa, who Jay said started off well as a true preacher but was captured by Uber Angel, who turned him into a false prophet. Earlier this year, Jay apologized to Makandiwa and said he was one of the true prophets of this world.
I would like to send my sincere apology to Emmanuel Makandiwa and his wife and his family for everything that has transpired over the past few days. Because it is only now that I'm realizing that I got myself involved in a battle. I got entangled in a battle that is a battle that is between a brother and a brother. But one thing that I got to know about this prophet from Zimbabwe is somebody I've never met in person, but I just see him from afar. You know, I see him from afar, his videos and everything. But one thing I can tell you right now is that this is one of the remaining voices in our time. When it comes to the prophetic, this is one of the prophetic voices that you cannot argue with. You can argue about different things, but when it comes to the gift of God upon his life, that is something that you cannot argue with. When it comes to the gift that he possesses, that is something that you cannot run away from. God has been raising prophets and prophets for each and every generation. Even in our generation right now, God has even raised prophets. We still have prophets who are genuinely called by God. Now I know if you're watching from Zimbabwe and you definitely know Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, that is one of the prophets that I would say I still respect.
What pokes Jay to do what he does and says what he says?
Many of you don't understand my position. You don't understand where I'm standing. You don't understand where I am. You don't understand why I do things that I do, you know? There are times when I get so depressed, like a few days ago.
Like a few days ago, I got so depressed, you know, I felt so empty within me because of depression.
He apologized for the Blessing Mashangwa drama that took place late last year and the early part of this year. However, after just 24 hours of that apology, unwanted characters besieged Blessing's house who were reportedly sent by Jay.
No, the problem that I have, the problem I have is that guy, Selby, is Jay Israel's bodyguard. I am going live today to expose what he has been doing. Yes, and this is his bodyguard. So all of you just walking in my house without a search warrant, without asking me nicely, and you just walked in on me like that. It's not right, my brother.
On the back of these, does one have confidence in the apology to Prophet Bushiri, especially when he had once hounded Bushiri as a false prophet, just like the Makandiwas, the Ubed Angels, the Lukaus?
I pray that at the end of the investigation, they arrest this charlatan and send him to prison unless he repents.
Is this a genuine apology that can be said that Jay Israel is really transformed into a man due to the fact that he nearly quit ministry quite recently?
In as much as I'm human, and it is human to err, in as much as I have had my own fair share of mistakes, beginning of this year, I told myself that I'm done with ministry. I don't want to preach anymore. I will not get into ministry anymore. I'm not going to preach anymore. I'm not going to do anything that is ministry related because of the level of hypocrisy that I encountered when I was trying to do the right thing.
Questions have already popped up whether Jay will also apologize to Lukau, Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, TB Joshua of blessed memory, all of whom he labeled as false prophets. A little prayer for our brother will go a long way to consolidate and help him in his newfound faith in the Lord.